New this morning, a judge has ruled that Texas Tech's quarterback Brendan Sorsby once again can play for the team after previously being declared ineligible for violating NCAA rules.
Sorsby has admitted to betting up to $90,000 on sports. He even placed bets on Indiana Hoosiers games when he played there. NCAA rules prohibit athletes, of course, from wagering on sports, and athletes who bet on their own teams and schools face permanent bans. Sorsby was ruled ineligible by the NCAA, but he sued, and a judge granted a temporary injunction allowing him to play. Sorsby will instead serve a 2-game suspension as punishment. Texas Tech has filed for an accelerated appeal. And joining us now to talk more about the ruling is Dellenger, senior college football reporter for Yahoo Sports. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Yeah, good to be on.
This is such an interesting story, and critics were very vocal after the judge issued his ruling, saying this could ruin college sports. Can you talk about the potential impact of this really huge decision and the precedent it sets throughout all of college football?
Yeah, there are words used by college athletic administrators yesterday of disaster, right? You heard that one a lot, or just a crippling of the NCAA rules. It's kind of the latest version of the crippling of the NCAA rules. Yet another NCAA rule that's been brought to a court, and a judge has ruled for a player or a school, and thus rendered the NCAA rule sort of moot. And this is just the latest example of that. But it's probably, to me at least, and to many, sort of the most significant example of it, right? We've had many players go to court and get extended eligibility. Many players go to court over transfer movement, over NIL compensation. But this is sort of the cardinal rule of not just college sports in the NCAA, but all American sports, right? You cannot bet on your own team. That is sort of a cardinal rule. And
Right.
the fact that a judge has allowed this is fairly shocking for the whole industry.
Well, because you could just throw the game.
Right. A cardinal rule, and yet the judge did supersede it. Can you go into a little bit about the argument on Sorsby's side? I know his lead attorney was saying that they felt like the NCAA actually should have helped him with his mental health issues. They put the gambling under the mental health issues. Was that argument effective?
Well, obviously so, right? I mean, as soon as the NCAA's investigation sort of began into Brendan Sorsby's gambling, he started the process of entering treatment for gambling addiction and anxiety. I mean, this is a player who bet made dozens of bets on a daily basis, right? He bet a lot of them small bets, but he was betting a lot, right? Online, on his phone. So clearly there was a problem there, but he didn't get into treatment, didn't start treatment until the NCAA's investigation began. And at the real crux of the case is 4 years ago when he was at Indiana and he bet on his own team. He made more than 40 bets on the Indiana Hoosiers as a member of that team. And so that's kind of the gist.
Yeah. Well, some conference leaders are now discussing not playing Texas Tech, saying all teams should operate on a standard of fairness. It's not easy to reschedule games in a short period of time. Do you think that's a legitimate option for these other teams?
It seems to be. I think University of Nebraska is one of those, and the University of Georgia, who both sent sort of internal memos to their coaches yesterday after the Brendan Sorsby ruling, saying we are not planning to do not schedule Texas Tech in any future competitions. If you have Texas Tech scheduled, please alert us, and we'll try to probably cancel those matchups. So schools are sort of taking this into their own hands, and that's what happens in the absence of sort of national enforcement and rules, and when courts sort of cripple the NCAA.
Right. And of course, the NCAA's president wants to see Congress get involved. We'd like to talk more about that, but Ross, we are out of time, so thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.